This is Canada's Cannabis Cup. So it's the best of the best. It's the best LPs in Canada. They were narrowed down. So it's a selection sort of process. Now we've got 14 licensed producers going head-to-head live judging. So you're going to see it's a blind test. So it's going to be, you don't know what product is. And we've got 14 or 15 judges. So it's all going to be taking place in the consumption lounge. We're going to rate it on 5 different categories: appearance, aroma, smoke test, the ash test, and your overall feeling of it. So it's going to be pretty interesting. It's a unique opportunity for licensed producers to get out there and get their brand recognized.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Ganjha show. We have with us here Randy Rowe. He's the co-founder and president of Grow Up Conference. Welcome to the show.
Welcome, glad to be here.
So yeah, let's talk about Grow Up. How did you start this conference in the first place?
Well, we started in the music industry. I was working with our partner who does Canadian Music Week, and he started a cannabis show in 2017 up in Toronto. And I thought, well, Niagara is full of growers, and it would be a great opportunity to develop a trade show and an expo and a conference for growers with a lot of LPs starting in this region. It just made sense. So.
Talking about Niagara, this is like the perfect location for a conference because even like people like us who attend here get to enjoy the city as well as compared to going like to Toronto airport. By talking about growers in Niagara, like did you see more participation from them once you started like getting people in here?
We do rely on a lot of the local growers from here all the way to Leamington, but we're really an international show. We got people coming from, California, from Maine, from Israel, Europe. So I mean, it's even though it's in Niagara and it's local, we do try to get as many international people coming in. We're close to the border. We're not that far of a drive from Boston, from New York. So we do get a lot of people coming around, and it's a fantastic location to be in.
Just talking about the international people, I know you have Frenchie inducted in the Hall of Fame. You're promoting his movie here. What impact do you see, or what learnings have you seen from the US market? When they attend this conference, do you see it translate to the Canadian market?
The US and the Canadian markets are completely different. We're sort of government run here, so I think maybe they more or less come over here and see what we're doing wrong. But I mean, they kind of go state by state. So with our conference, I don't get too involved on the business that much of it. We do growing, so growers here can learn from the growers there, and vice versa. I think where it's a little bit different is when we bring retail in, because our retail model is a little bit different than the United States. So I think for most people coming up from the United States, it's learning about, how do you build out a facility, how do you grow properly, how do you convert, tomato farm to cannabis, and then the business side of it, we touch a little bit on. But and then retail, bringing it to retail.
When you talk about growing, I think you're right. Like growing a plant is a universal thing, so you don't really need to be like restricted in terms of border, and the retail landscape is totally different. I see that Grow Up has a consumption lounge, and I saw that with O Cannabis as well. Do you think it's a big opportunity that Canada is basically losing on?
Well, yeah, I think as our show progressed, we started adding these consumption lounge. Our first one we did was in 2019, and we had it in the back here, and it had to be covered. You couldn't, nobody could see what was going on. This one's a little bit more open, so we can have it, it's legal. So, I mean, it's just the matter, you got to stay a certain distance away from the building. But I think our conferences have to have these. And as we progress, I'm going to start putting sessions and tracks in there because you might as well learn while you're smoking. And our show in Victoria, the biggest talk was the consumption lounge. Most people stayed out there for the whole time. They didn't even know we had a whole conference going on. which is a bad business model. But I mean, I think they're necessary. Not everybody wants to drink. We can drink inside. We got a networking lounge. But not everybody wants to have an alcoholic beverage. Yeah. So they should be able to sit and network. And this in Victoria turned out to be one of the largest networking opportunities. People were doing deals in the consumption lounge, just because you're relaxed and you're talking, and that's what we're all here for. Is a plant. So why not be able to enjoy it?
Yeah, I mean, post-COVID, it's really become more in terms of, getting to know people. Most people are just working from their home. So I think events like these do promote a lot of in-person contact. And it's amazing to see that people are actually networking and making deals while smoking weed. I don't know. Who would have thought, Lastly, I also saw you had you have a competition for the best hash and the best grow as well, right? Who all are like participating in this? Is it like across the US, North America, I mean?
No. So this is Canada's Cannabis Cup. So it's the best of the best. It's the best LPs in Canada. They were narrowed down. So it was a selection sort of process. Now we've got 14 licensed producers going head-to-head live judging. So you're going to see it's a blind test. Yeah. So it's going to be, you don't know what product is. And we've got 14 or 15 judges. So it's all going to be taking place in the consumption lounge. We're going to rate it on 5 different categories: appearance, aroma, smoke test, the ash test, and your overall feeling of it. Yeah. So it's going to be pretty interesting. It's a unique opportunity for licensed producers to get out there and get their brand recognized. We need more of this. Not so much a competition, but we need more recognition. Yeah. So there's a lot of good product out there, and events like this help bring that to the rest of the industry and can see what's going on. And then we're also doing hash on Monday. Oh, nice. So it's the same format. We've got, I think, 14 different judges, 12 different products. And we're going to find out who has the best hash in Canada and who has the best flower. And we announced that on Monday night at our awards show. So we have the award show where we're doing the Hall of Fame induction of Arjen Roskum from Netherlands, from Amsterdam. And then Remo Colasanti is being inducted Lifetime Achievement Award. And then we're going to do the winners of the Cannabis Cup. So we're going to announce that on Monday night. So it's going to be good. We're going to see, who's got the best in Canada, and then hopefully, depending on, the rest of the world, maybe we start entering our cups into an international. Our best into an international. So see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, that's an amazing initiative and good to look at, because I mean, High Times Cup has been like famous in the US for such a long time that it feels good to see this. Thank you so much for coming in and letting us know about Grow Up. And thank you so much for hosting us, and let us chat with other people as well.